would you ever get into it in terms of like these guys are young, so how do you help manage that? Because they have such a huge lump sum cash. They got, you know, for example, Jesse got 100 grand. I know there's some like taxes and stuff taken away, but a big lump sum of money. Jordan, I believe, won $50,000 from the recent World Cup,
Yeah,
um,
guaranteed. Yeah.
guaranteed you 50,000 US. So how do you in like for your role, do you help them with that? I mean, do you try to help them with that? Because I feel like it's a thing that it'd be hard for you because you want them to do the best they can in terms of their manager, but you don't
No,
want to be like, don't
yeah.
spend your money.
No, I think I set the expectation with the beginning is you have to remember whatever you earn is going to be taxed, and so set aside a portion for that component, and live frugally. That's how I see life. Like you can like reward yourself. I'm not saying don't use your money, but reward yourself, but don't overspend because I think for them, like the early expectation was this is going to become your living and you want to make it sustainable. And so, I might not be a financial advisor to them, but I'll give them the core basic fundamentals of that mentality. And obviously, from there, it's, get an accountant to help them manage their taxes, maybe get a financial planner to help this that money that they have sitting there. But essentially, it's just making them aware more than anything and educating them. It's not about telling them what to do. They have to
Yeah.
listen to me. It's just giving them that sense of, I guess, life experience. Like, this is what you could do, but the decision is up to you. If you want to go and spend $1 million on a mansion, that's okay. That's your decision you make. Will it be an investment? Who knows? Or you can then put that money on the side and invest in X, Y, and Z, do A, B, and C, and this is how that can grow you. So at the end of the day, I want to teach them, how to make that money work for them instead of them working for the money.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing. I've done a few courses. I'm in my third year uni, so I still don't know how taxes work. It's kind of scary to say, but I don't. I'm not an accountant, so I don't know. But I'm still learning, so it's hard to think that someone like I use Fresh as an example. He's 17. How does a 17-year-old manage six figures? I'd assume of that sort of stuff. And like you're saying, you can't tell them what to do because obviously you're still
Yeah,
talking to these people's parents because they're probably a big
but
factor in their
it's
lives.
funny you say that. Fresh is very smart. I don't see him having an issue, to be honest, because I think that he, when I first met him, he was so mature, 30 or 26, 27. And when I found out when he's 16, I was like, man, this kid is so mature for his age. Like, yes, he is a troll and he does mean, but that I guess everyone gets to that phase in their life. But he was so mature for his age. Like, before his life in Fortnite, he was hustling CS:GO skins. I'm pretty sure he ran CS:GO skin giveaways and things like
So he's
that.
an entrepreneur.
Back then. Yeah, so he was already at that age, even before he was 16. So for me, it was like I didn't have to worry about managing that component. I don't think that he's very smart with, I guess, his approach to not just his money but his life as well. And so I didn't have a shadow in a doubt that he was going to veer off in the wrong direction. I think it's more um, getting to him to make that dream a reality.
Yeah.
And I think he's slowly coming to that reality. He's set. This is his job now. He can make a living out of it. And I know he won't go overboard and go buy a fancy car and live that phase lifestyle of me, I'm living the good life. I think for him, he's on that grind, he's on that hustle, he's keeping grounded. I'm so proud that he's got that grounded mentality.
Yeah. That's a big thing is that see it's not a bad thing, but you see a lot of YouTubers with I don't know their incomes or whatever their financials, but YouTubers that have 1 million subs and they're driving around Teslas and Land Rovers and stuff, and I'm like, what? How you drive around something like this with 1 million subs? And then you look at, just compare, put in comparison, like Lachlan. He's got 10 times that. So it's like, what the hell? What are these guys doing?
It's perception, right?
Exactly. They might have heaps of
Yeah,
bloody interest and heaps of debts as well. So I don't know.
yeah. It's funny you say that because I just think content creators away from the gaming world, like on your Facebook, these people saying, oh, the gold digger baits and all that stuff. Like a lot of them don't even own a car, let alone a Ferrari. And all they're doing is they're hiring it out for a day or two, making the content, and that's it. But then people don't know that.
No,
People see that, oh, they've got this, nice Lamborghini and all that's, but they're just creating a false precedent. And I think that that's a lot of that's the issue with a lot of these people. I'm not talking about like the gaming industry, just in
in
general,
general, yeah.
because like you look at Instagram and the only thing you see on Instagram is nice foods, people with nice clothing in a nice area, traveling, blah blah blah. But what you don't see behind that is what did they do to get there? Did they have to work 3 jobs to travel? Did they have to hire out these cars? Did they have to borrow your friend's clothing? X, Y, and Z, blah 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 blah. But in essence, they create this materialistic image that I'm living a good life, and so everyone's chasing this dream of good life without having a set reality check that this is the cost of living, that perception, things like that. And I just think that a lot of YouTubers, I'm living in that house made or living this good life. But you know what? If that's their lifestyle, sure, so be it. Like, congratulations, they've made it. But I think for the general populace, they just have to be more realistic about, is this going to be your lifestyle, or can you at least make that a holiday? Things like that. So it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's the scary thing is that these guys are doing a lot of these influencers in their early 20s, if not late teens. So it's really scary to see them. They're not financial advisors. I'm not saying they're silly with money, but like they've had money, they've grown money in a year. Maybe they made $2 million in 1 year. What are they gonna do with that? You know what I mean? A lot of them seem to be down to earth and like that. What you see on face value is that haven't not squillionaires. Look at PewDiePie for example. If you didn't know that he's been the biggest YouTuber for 10 years, you would be like, "Oh, he's just a normal guy." That could just be a
Yeah.
face value thing, but he doesn't seem like he shows off in general. So maybe that's just how he is down to the core. It's just modest and all that stuff.